Penny Barker, thank you for chatting with me today. I'm super excited to chat with you. How are you feeling about your win in the 2022 Viterra Scotties Provincial Curling Championship? Is it sinking in?
Yeah, definitely very excited about it. There's a lot that happens once you win, you get that chance to celebrate for a little bit, but then it's on to the planning stages and getting ready to go and figuring out what your life's going to look like for the next couple weeks in preparing to go to Thunder Bay. So yeah, we're really excited. We played such a great weekend together as a team, and just ready to go back out there and compete at the nationals.
Yeah, and it's also exciting that this is your second provincial title. You won your other title in 2017. How does it feel now to have these two titles under your belt?
No, the winning the first time it was, yeah, it's that first time of y that's what you've been working for your whole life is trying to get that title and working so hard to get there, and it's like, "Oh, how do I get it?" And, so then this next time, once you realize what it took to get there, and you wanna do everything you can do to get back. So we put in a lot of work over the last 5 years and just, um, um, trying to do everything we can to prepare and working working really hard to get back to that place again because we want nothing more than, get back there and do better. So we're excited. The hard work's paid off, so it feels great.
And what was your team's mindset going into this championship? Did you guys have a strategic plan or did you take it game by game? What did that look like for you guys?
It was definitely game by game, shot by shot, really. We that's how we've approached the whole year. It's not putting um too much emphasis on the end prize, right? Because it's the process that you use to get there. So we just continue to work together, keep the communication up, keep positive and calm and confident in our abilities. So we just, yeah, it was always just the four of us playing on the ice, and we're going shot by shot, end by end, and then that should get us to where we want to be at the end.
That must have also relieved like a little bit of the pressure too. You're just like, we're here, we're going to do the best we can. You know, you've worked hard. So that must
Yeah.
have also relieved some pressure too, for sure.
Yeah, it's just really that trust that you've put in the work and you know how to throw the rock. It's just another situation. By putting it doesn't do you any good to put the extra pressure on yourself. So it's just a matter of staying calm, confident, and supporting your teammates and trusting each other. So it was great.
Oh, absolutely. And to kind of compare your team from this championship to your team from 2017, you have two new team members this time around.
Yep.
You have Jenna Anga and Christy Gamble. So, what are some similarities and some differences from how your team played in 2017 and how your partially new team has played this year?
Um, I think uh both teams are very similar. And anytime you bring in any new players, it's gonna be different. But I feel like any teams we've been on, we've always just been very supportive of each other, and our because we all and in both situations we all had life going on at the same time and trying to balance curling at a high level and life and whether it be jobs or family and that type of thing. And so I feel very similar, and we still have great relationships with our teammates, and even Deanna, who was on that team before, has played with us this year whenever we needed a player. Lorraine has another team now, but very similar. Um, in terms of how we interact, but that's just always been us, is we try to keep it loose out there and keep it positive, and we're great friends on and off the ice. And then what's really been great is Jenna has come from when she's been to 3 Scotties in the past, and she's played at a lot of Grand Slam events, and um I think having that additional experience really helps as well. So, she's really brought that experience to our team this year. But yeah, it's really comparing the two teams is really hard. I love all my teammates, and it's just different. It's different from year to year, but very much the similar feeling with each other. Yeah.
Oh, of course. So it sounds like you guys had a really good dynamic and atmosphere going into the competition. So when you got to the competition in Assiniboia, what was the atmosphere in the arena like? Was everyone able to enjoy the experience fully, or was everyone super focused on the COVID-19 protocols? How was that experience for you guys?
So we knew going in that it was gonna be a little bit different, and they had or Colonel Sask had prepped us and saying, we were gonna expect to do some testing every morning, and but the host committee in Assiniboia had set up kind of a bubble for the players where we had our own place. So wasn't really um, it was for just us players and coaches. And then we could go onto the ice, and there would be fans out on the ice too, so we knew that was going to be happening. But it was just the fact that we could still separate ourselves from like the general public and feel safe. And we knew that everybody had tested before coming every morning, so um, that helped just make it feel a lot more safe to compete. And when we went on out on the ice, it just felt normal, and it was great to have fans there to be able to cheer. And um, i- but the nice part is we were able to still have that separation, to make sure that the weekend could carry out like at the beginning, kind of worried, would we make it the whole way without it being shut down? And, everybody stayed safe. And I think that's, everybody was smart about it. And we, it was such a successful event. I can't say enough about how well we were treated by Assiniboia and like the community and the host committee, and Curl Sass did a great job of putting on the event too. So it was a fantastic event.
Well, that is great to hear. And you have another fantastic tournament coming up. You won the provincial tournament. Now you're going to the national tournament, the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, coming up at the end of the month in Thunder Bay. Do you think the COVID-19 protocols will kind of look the same in Thunder Bay? Do you know if some spectators will be allowed to watch, or will it be just you guys on the ice? Do you know that yet?
Really, I don't, and I don't know if anybody really knows for sure what will be the case. It would be great to have fans be able to be there, but if there's not, oh well, we'll play under whatever circumstances that we're allowed to. We're just excited to get out there and compete and have that opportunity to represent the country. Um, so in terms of protocols, that's not 100% clear yet either. I know that there'll be lots of testing, and that we'll be doing, um, probably somewhat of a bubble experience. Um, Not exactly like the Calgary one was last year, but something bubble like, where there's just keeping that safety and making sure that there's not large crowds, and that we're kind of keeping to ourselves and making sure that all of the players and everybody stays safe while we're there in order to be able to keep the competition moving. So probably just limited interactions and that type of thing. But We're just excited that there's an opportunity to play, and we'll just try to keep safe prior to getting there, and then do the same when we are there. So
Oh, for sure. I can't even imagine how excited you guys must be to go be a part of this national tournament. How are you guys preparing in the meantime? There's not much time between now and the end of the month anymore. So, are you guys playing more? Are you practicing more? What's that looking like?
there's really not a whole lot in terms of games that we can get in. We do play our a league night here in the city um, once a week, and that's not even our full team, but mainly just focusing on practicing over the next couple of weeks. We'll probably also do some mental training as well, just to make sure that, we keep in that same mindset and perform at our best without that kind of getting in the way. So um yeah, a little bit of the on ice training, do some practicing, kind of take advantage of some high performance coaching, and then yeah, mental prep, and I think we'll be ready to go. We don't have a whole lot of time, so probably only a few practices in before we get to go.
Well, I wish you guys the best of luck over there in Ontario. Is there anything else that you want to add to the story, Penny?
No, other than I guess curling in Saskatchewan is or women's curling in Saskatchewan, all curling in Saskatchewan is really strong, and we played a lot of great teams this past week, and had a lot of great games, and as a result of having such strong competition in Saskatchewan, I feel like that has made us more and more prepared to get to the next level.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. Thank you again for talking with me, Penny. I really appreciate it. And all of us in Moose Jaw wish you the best of luck
Thank
in
you
your
very much.
tournament in Ontario.
Thank you.